Happy Sunday, all you beautiful people. Excited to see everybody again. Finally, almost recovered from my week off last week working the Dublin Irish Festival. Tell you, we've had the best weather that we had in probably like 10 years, but it was packed. I'm completely exhausted. It was a great time as always. Hopefully, I'll see some of you all there up in years coming up. So I am very excited about this. I got some samples of this whiskey, and it was totally unlike anything I'd had before. And luckily, my friend is the distiller there. So I talked her into coming on and telling everybody about the distillery. Let's say hi to some people in chat. See a few you guys in here early. Mr. Mom 310, cheers to you, Orlando, lurking. Oh no, your right arm is broken. That sucks. Oh, I hope you're okay. Oh, that's awful. I hope you're not right-handed because that's even worse. Cheers, Josh Fritz. It is good to see you. Sugar Kitty, how are you, good sir? Meow. Yes, thank you for reminding everybody. Please lick the like and like the lick. Please hit that like, subscribe, share, all that fun stuff that YouTube likes us to do. Help more people find us here. Chris Jenkins, cheers, everyone. Chris, how are you doing? Dave Vogel saying cheers, Stacy. Cheers, Dave. How are you doing? We got Lisby. Cheers, all. Hey, Josh. Cheers to you, Lisby. Oh, congrats. Oh, okay. Thank you. Yeah, I hit that a little bit ago. I think you're talking to me, Sugar Kitty. Thank you. We got Eric Gunderson. Talked to Eric earlier today. Cheers to you, Eric. Good to see you here. I'm glad you made it. We've got Amy Oburn. Good evening, Stacy, Lisa, and everybody else. I've been looking forward to this episode. Cheers to you, Amy. Your Dublin Irish Festival Patreon award will be going out to you tomorrow. I have to get with you. I'm going to throw in a couple samples, and I just want to make sure it's nothing that you already have, because I saw that you and your husband came back from Ireland, so I know you came back with a few bottles. Cheers, John Krantz. Cheers, Stacey and everybody. It's good to see you, John. Let's see, make sure I didn't miss everybody. Anybody in here? Oh, woo, yeah. I was actually very excited. The Irish Festival had whiskey glasses this year, and I got one myself. So Amy, who won our Patreon giveaway, is getting a T-shirt, a Dublin Irish Festival whiskey glass, a Dublin Irish Festival tote bag, and a couple samples. So thank you for being one of my Patreons and supporting. So I am cheersing. You might notice the gorgeous color here. This is strawberry vodka. And this is one of the offerings from our the distillery that we have a guest today. It is flippin' delicious. I actually said I could not pour any more of it because I've already drank quite a bit of it. It tastes like strawberry pie. It is absolutely amazing. All right, please help me welcome my guest. This is Distiller Lisa Quartin from White Hills Distillery in Connecticut. Hi, Lisa.
Hi,
Thank
everyone.
you for joining us.
Thanks for having me on.
So the sample that you sent me, the strawberry vodka, you said this sells out almost immediately.
Yeah, it's one of our seasonal releases, and the fabulous part about it is that there's nothing artificial. The strawberries are literally from a few blocks away. As soon as they're ripe, we get a big delivery. A group of friends get together from the distillery, we haul them, and we literally just dump the fresh strawberries in our vat of vodka, and we let it infuse for a few days. And when literally just by tasting it, sensory, we determine it's good to go, then we bottle it, and it sells out, honestly, week and a half, definitely less than 2 weeks. And yeah, it's an exclusive, small batch seasonal release, but people go nuts for it for good reason. It's great. So
I'm not a big vodka drinker, but honestly, that's the best vodka I've ever had. Honestly.
Awesome. That's good to hear. I wasn't sure how it would hold up as a sample
really
sending your way, but I'm glad it did, because all the fresh fruit. But
yeah, it's really, really good. It does. I told you backstage, it reminds me of my mom's like strawberry cream cheese pie. Like, it's just, you get so much vanilla from that. That is really, really good.
Yeah, and there is no vanilla in it. It's just
off is so much
whatever flavors from from the infused strawberries. Yeah, it's great.
Okay. As you guys, if you have questions, throw them in chat. I'll try to grab questions if you have any questions for Lisa about the distillery. So we're going to start with this one of the samples you sent me, and this is your gin.
Okay.
So tell everybody about the distillery.
So White Hills Distillery is in Shelton, Connecticut, which is part of Fairfield County. If anyone's familiar with that area of Connecticut, it's the western part of Connecticut. It goes all the way from the Long Island Sound up pretty north. It borders New York. And I actually live in New York, but it's really close to where I live, even though it's Connecticut. So, farm to flask. So it's the distillery was established on the Beardsley Orchards, which is a family farm going back 5 generations. Originally, it was a farm, agriculture farm and orchards. Then it was a dairy farm. And the current distillery is actually built in the barn that used to be the dairy barn. So Dan Beardsley is the owner, and he has been running a cider mill and orchards for many years now. And then a few years ago, he fell in love with bourbon. And he remembered that growing up, he saw his great grandpa and his great uncle actually had some stills from maybe some home distilling moonshining back in the day. And he, got the idea, let's try our hand on it. So in 2020, he established White Hills Distillery. It's a separate building on the farm from the cider mill, but it's in the middle of the orchards. It's beautiful. And for the most part, for a lot of the produce and the grains and ingredients, we try to use as local as possible. For our Connecticut grain bourbon, it's all from the Thrall Family Farm and Malt in Windsor, Connecticut. So it's 100% Connecticut grain for that bourbon. And then for a lot of our, all of our flavored vodkas and a lot of our flavored moonshines, the produce and ingredients that go into that are either grown by us or are sourced from very local farms and producers, some literally a couple blocks away. So it's great. Yeah.
So I do have a picture. So this is the dairy barn you were talking about. That is the distillery. What a beautiful building to work in.
Yeah, it's completely restored, and it's in a beautiful piece of land. And they have a tasting room that's adjacent. The tasting room is the front part, and the back part is the production area. And the tasting room is open Fridays, Saturdays, Sundays. I believe from May, like Memorial Day, through I don't want to get this wrong, end of November, maybe early December, the holidays. And it coincides with harvest season. They do a giant business during apple picking and pumpkin picking and basically harvest season. Mm-hmm. And they have a great cocktail program. And most of what we make is for the tasting room. It's all self-distribution, on-premise sales, and then about 7 local package stores, sometimes a couple restaurants. So we are a very small distillery. I started full-time in early June. So I'm definitely just cutting my teeth on learning the ropes. So that's that.
This is good. I can taste the juniper, but there's citrus and there's something almost like clove in here.
So what we call it a Connecticut style gin, and a big part of that is they have nutmeg as one of the
that's what it is. It's
spice botanicals, because unofficially Connecticut is known as the nutmeg state. So they've thrown that in there.
I knew there's you can get the baking spice right away.
Yeah, absolutely. It's definitely that nutmeg. And I always get a little bit of like a licorice at the finish.
I do get a licorice at the finish.
Yeah. It's really refreshing. It has those traditional juniper notes. But it's great for, sipping neat over ice, a great balanced base for a cocktail. It's It's great. It's really popular, especially with our cocktails and in the summer months. And we do have, I don't have it with me, but we do have a barrel-aged gin, which is really interesting. And we use our own third fill barrels that were first used to age our Connecticut grain bourbon. And then second fill, we use it to age our own apple brandy for about 2.5 years. And then the third round, we fill it with our Connecticut style gin for a bit of barrel aging.
That
But
sounds
it
interesting.
does take a while to get the influence. It wasn't as much as we expected. So I think we're still working on seeing how long we could really age it for and get more influence from all the uses of the barrel. Yeah.
Well, I saw a couple more people pop in here. Cheers to Honor Pass Whiskey. Waiting for a bowl of ramen. That sounds good. I still need to eat dinner. That'll be what I'm doing after here. Cheers, Richie Z. Cheers, Stacy and Lisa and Whiskey Friends. Cheers to you, Richie.
Cheers.
And I think I got everybody. Oh, no, Bourbon Neophyte. Anthony, cheers to you. Anthony's going to be going live at 7:30 Eastern Standard Time tonight, talking about store picks. Hey, Sean Holtgrove, how are you doing? I love that your distillery that it started like he found moonshine stills and basically like legalized a whiskey distillery from that. That is so neat.
Yeah, it's a good tradition that I'm learning is it's nice to have that family history. I think if you're an enthusiast and looking to do more with it, yeah.
Well, I'm going to start into the whiskey.
Okay.
So this is sample one. So tell me what we're drinking.
Okay. Which is sample one?
Sample one.
That's embarrassing. Wait, I think I gave you a card to say which.
You gave me a card the first time, not this one. For the first couple. I think I have the card. Let me see if I have the card.
It should be.
Oh, yeah, here.
Okay.
Yeah, let me reach it. If it's the same sample one as before, yes, I have it.
Okay.
Okay. So this is, oh, no, that was sample 2. Oh, yes. Wait, okay. No, that's not it.
It's either.
It smells like a rye.
Yeah, our bourbons don't smell like rye, so it would be, that's pretty funny. Yeah, I'll pour a little bit.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that's rye.
All right, perfect. So we'll start with our single barrel rye. Here, I'll just, I'm really bad at this.
It's delicious.
A little bit of a, and and we'll talk about the Connecticut grain bourbon a little bit in depth later, but well, that's from farm to flask, our own doing. We do source our single barrel bourbon and our single barrel rye from MGP. But something really interesting about that is when he went to first source this in 2020, when we were opening, he was able to choose a mash bill that was basically the same as our Connecticut grain bourbon mash bill. So it kind of, we have that running through all of our offerings. A lot of intention there, which was really nice. And here, I'm going to take a little sip.
Cheers, Tommy D. Cheers to you over in Japan. We got Livewire whiskey. Cheers to you guys. Let me know if you're going live tonight. I didn't see your thumbnail. And thank you, Eric, for dropping links in here to all these channels. If you're not subscribed, make sure you are. Eric, thank you for dropping everybody's links in here. Cool. This is really good. I love the nose on it.
Yeah, me too. There's so it's 86 proof and it's aged. So it's at least 4 years old. It does, each year with as we bottle more and release more, they get a little older, of course, but for now, this one's at least 4 years old. MGP, there's a grassy sweetness that you get from the rye grain, which I love that end of American ryes.
I love rye, and I think Irish whiskey drinkers in general seem to gravitate more towards rye than bourbon. And
Absolutely.
myself being exactly the same, I love rye.
Yeah,
But
it's
you're right. I love the sweetness that's on this as well.
yeah, it's and there's still like those pepper notes in the finish, but they're a little more subtle, a little more white pepper than black pepper.
Yeah.
And I don't know if other people get this, but I get a very subtle anise note on the finish. Um, just for myself, I don't know. It's not an official note, but it's my note. But there's that traditional vanilla, caramel, your rye spices. But yeah, I love the grassy sweetness that comes out of this.
What is the ABV on this one?
So 86 proof, so we're looking at 43.
Okay.
Yeah, about 43.
It drinks nice. It doesn't drink hot at all. This is really nice.
Yeah, no, this is a really easy sipper. It's the base for a lot of cocktails in our it's really nice. Yeah. So yeah. And yeah. I'm not looking at the comments because I get
pear on there too.
Get nervous. What's that?
Oh, thank you, Richie.
Yeah.
I'm getting a little bit of
Oh,
pear
thank you.
right at the front end of that.
Yeah. Yeah, that fruit up front. I could see that. It's really nice.
I'm a rye fan, and I do really like that. That's nice.
Cool. And I assume sample 2 would be the single barrel bourbon if that was the rye.
Yeah, I did not have a card in this.
No, it might be.
But I have your previous one, and it does say the number 2 was the Connecticut-grown bourbon.
Oh, do you mean a previous package?
Yes, because you sent me 2.
Right. Yeah, I know it's a different order than the first package.
Okay. Then we'll go with what you're telling me it is.
I have a feeling, yeah, if I started with the rye, then I have a feeling the single barrel bourbon was up next.
Okay.
But I have a feeling that you, with your super sensory skills, will be able to
those are bourbons.
Yeah, so this is also, our single barrel bourbon is also sourced from MGP. So I know that MGP has their own profile that you can kind of suss out. So between that and then our Connecticut-grown bourbon is its own completely unique, very different, wonderful. So I think you would know, having tasted it before, if I was wrong about the order. Yeah.
Well, it's number 4 that you sent me, I think is the Connecticut.
Okay. Yeah. Cool. So our single barrel bourbon, like I said, is also sourced from MGP. It's pretty much the same exact mash bill, which I should actually tell you what that mash bill is. It's not a secret. We love high rye mash bills for our bourbon. So for both our Connecticut-grown bourbon, which we'll get to, and then the single barrel bourbon, it's about 75% yellow corn, about 21% rye, and about 4 to 5% malted barley. And that's what we feel, give us a nice, beautiful sipper, however you enjoy it, and also great and balanced for cocktails. Let's see, it's 105 proof, so about 52.5 ABV. And originally they were, of course, aged a lot less time when we first opened. Now they're aged up to 6 years for our current release. So we're getting on there, which is really nice. And even though we source, we age it, we proof it, we bottle, everything's done by hand at our distillery. And it has a really nice traditional bourbon profile, which changes with each barrel that we release a little bit. We have those spicy black pepper notes with the vanilla caramel, cinnamon, brown sugar, a nice peppery finish. And for this we age, and also our rye, we're aging them in 200-liter size barrels, more traditional size. And an interesting project coming up is we're planning to finish some of the single barrel bourbon in a honey finished bourbon barrel, from honey from our orchards. So we
Oh,
have a
that sounds
beekeeper.
good.
Yeah, it's really cool. We have a beekeeper with a bunch of hives to help our orchards thrive.
Mhm.
Bees pollinate and help the trees, and then we'll be using the honey to season an ex-bourbon barrel, and put some of our single barrel bourbon in it, and I imagine it's going to be delicious.
Sounds
Yeah,
good.
sounds
Now,
good.
do you get the barrels as a new make from MGP, or are they already aged to the point that they are bourbon and you're finishing them in Connecticut?
So this was something I think I'm wrong. I apologize, but I'm pretty sure that we do both.
Okay.
I know we receive new make in a totes that we
Okay.
then do what we will with, and then I think we have received quite a good amount of stock in the barrels already
Okay,
from
for
MGP.
finishing. Okay.
Yeah, and then when we do use our own barrels, we've been using from a source in Minnesota, for our
Mhm.
for our self-sourced barrels. So it's Minnesota based white virgin oak.
I can taste the high rye in this,
Yeah.
which again, I like.
Yeah, it's
Um,
your yeah.
but I can imagine having a honey finish on this would be so good with
Yeah.
that high rye mash bill.
It's again like a wonderful, it's an easy sipper, but it's not easy where it's boring or flat or
No,
non-dimensional.
it's a good proof point.
There's nice character. Yeah. Yeah, it's good. What else?
Yeah, that one is yummy.
Yeah. This is
Trying to
I'm
pull
not
it.
really looking at the chat, so I don't know.
Let me know what you guys are drinking. Let me know, throw in here if you have any questions for Lisa about the distillery, about Connecticut whiskey. Let me know if you've had anything from Connecticut. I had not, until you had sent me some samples, I had not had Connecticut whiskey before. And the stuff you had sent me really intrigued me because, I've obviously had Ohio whiskey, obviously had Kentucky, Tennessee, Indiana, but I'd never had anything from Connecticut. And it was so different.
I wasn't really familiar with the Connecticut distilling scene or really spirit scene until probably about a little over a year ago, when I started. So I came about, I was also a crazy Irish whiskey enthusiast, still am, like Stacy and many of our friends. And, just after many years of trying to deep dive as much as you can and try everything and learn and travel, and I decided it wasn't enough for me. I wanted more. So I was looking for a distilling program that was within commuting distance to where I live in New York. And the closest I found it was Sacred Heart University in Fairfield, Connecticut. And they have a long established, well-respected brewing science program there, which is run in cooperation with Two Roads Brewing out of Stratford, Connecticut, which is an amazing place. And but they were launching a new distilling program. So I signed up, I applied, and then learned I was the only one that applied. So they didn't run it, and they offered me a spot in the brewing science program. And I was also told that I could be, if I took it, I would be sponsored by Athletic Brewing. Sorry, not Athleta, Athletic Brewing Company, which is the non-alcoholic beer company, also out of Connecticut. Now they're everywhere. They're doing amazing things. And I said, you know what? You can't distill without brewing. If you don't know how to respect the grain and mash and brew and ferment, then you can't distill. So I took the opportunity and I did the year-long program with the promise that I could do an internship with a distillery instead of a brewery. And White Hills Distillery was the one that offered to take me on as an intern for the last semester, which I did. And then at the end of the internship, before I even I was just focused on graduation, and they offered me a position for when I graduated, and it was a really great opportunity. And here I am. That's how that happened. So, yeah.
So we have a lot of comments. Richie C said he's definitely willing to try some White Hills whiskey.
Nice.
It's definitely Mr. Mom has a question. Lisa, are you planning on any wheat whiskey at the distillery?
That is a great question. I love that. Because I love wheat in my whiskey. That creaminess, that mouthfeel it can provide. We are working on some projects that will be brand new to anything we have released yet. Wheat might be a part of it. I'm not sure yet. We're still working on recipes and styles, but something that I feel strongly about that not just myself, but all of us, we are going to attempt something that's a little more like an Irish style whiskey, and with a lot, maybe differing grains in it, maybe oats, wheat, something a little non-traditional for American. So yeah, so keep just follow us on the socials, and we'll definitely, the moment we know what we're doing, we will share that for sure. But yeah, I'm excited because that's something I love as well. I love wheated whiskey. I love different mixed mash bills. I think it's great for, yeah.
I like the sweetness of the wheated whiskeys.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anthony has not had any from Connecticut. He's got a lot from Kentucky and Scotland. Anthony is our Scotch guy. He's
cool.
a big Scotch fan.
Very cool. Oh, thanks, Amy.
And Whiskey Uncensored. Hey, Ben, how are you doing? I was bummed I missed your live stream that you were back in town on a Friday. I was still recovering. I'll tell you, that best weather this year for Dublin Irish Festival, but just the crowds, it kicked my tail. I was wore out. All right. Ben asked, where in Connecticut is the distillery? Okay. I know we're late. And how did we come bother you?
I love that question. We want more people to visit. It's in Shelton, Connecticut, and we have a really great tasting room. It's open Fridays, Saturdays, Sundays. I believe, I don't want to get the time wrong. Let's say around noon that we open up on Friday, Saturday, Sundays through the early evening. We usually have some live music. We have food trucks, a really amazing cocktail program. And we utilize all our spirits, in-house spirits for our cocktails. Plus we can do, a tasting menu for you. And and if anyone's welcome to reach out to me. Stacy can share my information after this through the distillery or to me personally. And if you're welcome to stop by even during working hours during the week. That's when I'm usually there, some Monday through Friday. But if anyone wants to take a look at our distillery setup, you're welcome to. Yeah.
And thank you, Richie, for throwing out, give them a follow on Instagram, White Hills Distillery.
Thanks. And I'm really bad with social media, so if you can't find me in connection to it, I apologize.
Find me. I'll make sure they find you.
I haven't even updated my profile since I started the job. It doesn't even say work there. I apologize. I will get on that.
All right. I'm going to sample the one you have labeled sample 3.
Okay. So
our 4th in our lineup because we started with the gin.
Yes.
Oh, thank you, Eric Gunderson. Yeah, you're getting a couple extra follows.
So I know it would definitely be a Connecticut green bourbon. I'm wondering, we had 2 releases for batch 3 for our Connecticut green. One is a 52.5 ABV, 105 proof, and that was aged in a tiny, tiny barrel, a 5-gallon barrel. And the other Connecticut green bourbon was aged in also a small barrel, a 15-gallon barrel, and that is 110 proof, 55% ABV. So I'm not sure which one you're drinking. But
I've got 3 samples left, 3, 4, and 6. 6 is the lightest in color.
That would be our tequila, probably, I assume. What do you think?
It doesn't really taste like tequila.
Oh, well, this is...
Well, yeah, it does. Yeah, you're right.
It's añejo, right. So yeah.
You're right, that's tequila. Okay.
Yeah, that's the añejo. Okay.
It's okay, we'll have that last.
Okay, so I'm going to pour...
All right.
I will pour our 105 proof Connecticut green bourbon, and I'll speak a little bit about that, which is really special and unique to our
This is
distillery.
the one with the grain that you guys source locally.
Yes. So everything from this is done completely
Okay,
intentionally
hold on. I'm
from,
going to solo you real quick with that
oh
bottle.
yeah, here, I'll try to, from grain to glass. And there we go.
Nice.
Okay.
Pretty label.
Yeah. And we source so also again, our mash bill for this is 75% yellow corn, about 21% rye, and about 4 to 5% malted barley. It is all from the Thrall Family Farm and Malt in Windsor, Connecticut. They grow their own grain. They have an incredible malting house. They're capable of all different kinds of roasting, malting, amazing things. They provide the grain for a lot of Connecticut breweries, as well as the few distilleries that there are. So they're great partners to work with. And then while we ferment and distill and age our Connecticut green bourbon at our facility, we partner with local breweries for the mashing and the brewing.
Mm-hmm.
We are tiny, so we don't currently have the capability to do the mashing and brewing on site, but maybe we'll see. But it's wonderful to work with local breweries, and I know we're always interested in possible future partnerships. So if anyone is interested, reach out. Again, we age our Connecticut green bourbon in barrels we source from Minnesota, although I think we are switching. Our latest source is from Wisconsin. So for future batches, that might give a little bit of a change in our profile, which from the barrels, which should be interesting. We are also moving, while these were aged in the tiny barrels. Oh, sorry, let me move that. These two were aged in 15-gallon and 5-gallon barrels, respectively. In the future, we will be aging our Connecticut grain in 200-gallon size. And in the early years, well, it's the reason why we did it in the small barrels, to get a little bit more progressive on our aging when we were new. But now that we're well established, we are looking to have some of our bourbons age, maybe as long as double-digit years. That would be amazing. It's a long-term goal. Let's see.
This I like this. So this is the 5-gallon. I do know that. Yeah, this is the 5, and then the next one we're going to be having is the 15-gallon.
Oh, perfect. Okay.
I remember that from the nose.
Okay.
Because this one, you nose it, and it's all corn, so it's like good corn whiskey.
Yes. What's really unique about our Connecticut green, there's a unique butterscotch note up front on the palate.
Boy, that is butterscotch.
Yeah, there's a lot. Yeah.
It's a lot of butterscotch.
It's a lot of butterscotch, which is really cool, I think. I mean, it was new to me when I first tried it. I felt like, I hadn't tried something with this. I tried a bourbon with this profile before. I mean, it still has all the traditional, the caramel, the vanilla, the brown sugar that you're looking for. Yeah. With the high rye, you get some of that tobacco leather, a long black pepper finish. But that uniqueness with the butterscotch really, really pulled me in. And then to me, I don't know if everyone gets this, but I get a little almost like grilled meat charred molasses on it, which I love personally. I don't know if not everyone gets that, but I love that.
I get kind of not a burnt brown sugar, but like when you're cooking like brown sugar.
Yes.
Like caramelizing something with brown sugar.
That's probably the same note. Yeah, is my guess. Yeah, it's
and this was a 5-gallon barrel?
Let's see, the 5-gallon is the 105 proof.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, that we saw. Cheers, Tom Black 06. It's good to see you. Thank you for joining us. We are finding out about Connecticut whiskey. So this, you said they source the grain locally. What, and you do the herbs, the stuff for the gin locally. What other, because there's an orchard. You guys do your own apple brandy.
Yes,
and isn't that's local as well?
Yeah. So because we do also have a cider mill on the farm, which was established years before the distillery, they make their own hard cider from the apples in our orchard. And so we make our own apple brandy from our own hard cider. And then we age them in our ex-bourbon barrels from our bourbon. So it's a pretty cool chain of, everything kind of, if not local, then on our own property that we produce, which is great. And then also so we talked about the strawberry vodka. We also do a blueberry vodka with blueberries, also from the same local farm as the strawberries, just down the road. It's actually neat. They are a winery as well as a farm. So we do some projects with them, which is really cool. And coming up this week, I'll be making a cucumber mint vodka and also a watermelon moonshine. And the cucumber and the watermelons are also from a local farm, very local. And the mint, I believe, is mostly from our own little herb garden that we have growing outside the distillery. Or somewhere else on the property.
That's so cool, because when you say farm to flask, you mean like literally like neighboring farms.
Yeah, no, literally,
That's really
farms
cool.
that have been there. Everyone knows each other and helps each other out, and it's amazing. I love it. It's for me a big draw. So we also, for our other moonshines, and actually I should talk about our for our moonshine, our vodkas, and our gins, we use as a base, our GNS base is actually not corn. I know a lot of American GNS for moonshine and products is corn based. Ours is Brazilian sugarcane based. So it brings a little sweetness and a little different flavor profile, which is really nice. And we make a fire shine, which is like that cinnamon, sweetness, but is hot. A honey shine, a melon head shine, which is that watermelon moonshine I'll be making this week, a candy cane shine for the holidays. And those are all seasonal as well. And they're all made also from, as much as we can, source fresh local ingredients. And we also make the tequila, which we will come to, and also a rum. Although we can't call it tequila. Sorry. We make an agave spirit. I'm learning.
I love hearing about the moonshine you guys make, being a Pachin fan.
Yes.
Yeah, I absolutely love it.
Yeah.
I'm kind of starting to get into trying moonshines as well as whiskeys. So that's really cool.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to trying some of those.
It was definitely something that pulled me in when I first learned about the distillery. So our mutual Pachin fascination.
All right, I am going to be trying now. This is your Connecticut green bourbon that is aged in the 15-gallon barrel.
Okay, and that's a little bit higher in proof.
A little bit higher in proof. I think it's a little bit lighter. So this is not really. Actually, they're about the same exactly. This is the 15-gallon. This is the 5-gallon. Yeah, they're pretty close.
Yeah.
The nose, night and day. Totally different. And this is the one I noticed, and I'm like, wow, Connecticut whiskey is kind of its own thing. It's very different.
And I get a lot less. The 15-gallon barrel, I get more pepper up front and less butterscotch. The rye, I think, maybe comes through a bit more. So my guess is, it's a little bit, still a tiny barrel, but it's a larger barrel than the 5-gallon, so a little bit less. The
5-gallon, I get a lot of the corn, and you're right. On the 15-gallon, that rye comes through more.
I love our Connecticut green bourbon. I could sip on this neat all day.
A lot fruitier, peppery.
Yeah.
Yeah, that rye does come through more.
Yeah, it really shines through. I love it.
It's dangerous also because it does not drink like it's 110 proof.
No, it doesn't.
Not at all.
It doesn't. It's really well balanced. I won't say smooth. I didn't say smooth.
Easy drinker.
Yes, an easy drinker.
It's very balanced. Yeah, there's a lot of vanilla there too.
Yeah, it's really nice.
There's a little bit of spice. There's some kind of spice on there that I can't quite figure out. It's not really anise.
No, I almost think that's where I'm getting that grilled meat. Oh, it's not smoky.
No, not at all.
I sat with it like really like late into the
Nice
night a
pepper.
couple months ago, and it's not smoky, but there's almost an element from like barbecue charring.
Yeah.
And not a barrel influence, but like, yeah, I know I've had a hard time putting my finger on that note too, but I love it. I think it's
That one I do get kind of
Yeah.
like what you said, like a charred meat, like just when you sear it on a grill and it gets that little bit of char. I
Yeah.
didn't really get it on the
On the
5
other.
gallon, but the 15 I
Yeah.
definitely do.
Nice.
So Sean has a question. He's curious about maturation. Does the
Mhm.
proof go up or down in Connecticut with the longer maturation?
We've had both so far, which is a little crazy. I haven't been there long enough to really know. But we have had both, although one, it was a leaky barrel. So I think that was part of what happened with that, with the proof going up. I think Connecticut's, they have, even though they're not on the coast, they still get more of a moderate climate than like I do in the Hudson Valley. So they still get extremes, the cold winters, the really hot, humid summers, which is a lot like Kentucky. But I don't know comparatively to Kentucky, like what percentage wise the angel share loss is. But I love that question. I'm going to find out. I'm going to ask. I know so far we've had a bit of both. We store our casks, and we have all different size casks in a barn, right? It's right behind the distillery. It's really small. But it's hot in there. It's it's definitely hot. I haven't been there in the winter yet, so I'll find out what that's like then. But
That's a great question, Sean. Yeah, because I mean, Kentucky, the proof goes up because of the heat. But
right.
you and I know in Ireland, the longer it matures, it goes down.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's going to be.
I think our maturation rate is definitely a lot shorter than something like Ireland or Scotland, because of the extreme, and it is really humid where we are, where the distillery is in Connecticut, and what was I going to say? And as far as stacking, the highest we go is four high, and they are stacked both standing up and laying down. We have a variety of jackets.
Okay, so you're not going to have a huge amount of variety. You're not if you're not stacking them like 69.
And we're so small, we don't have like a corner section of the warehouse that matures differently yet. maybe in a few years.
Well, these Connecticut whiskeys, honestly, they do stand out from what you would drink in Kentucky. They are noticeably different than the source stuff. Yeah. And that's what kind of intrigued me to this, because I love the fact that Connecticut's kind of making its own footprint as far as whiskey goes. And this, like I said, the 5 gallon one, I freaking love this one.
Yeah, I go back and forth between if the 5 gallon or the 15 gallon release, like that 110 proof versus the 105 proof, is my favorite. I think it, like today after sipping both, I'm more partial to the 110 proof, the 15 gallon, but I think last time I had it, I was more partial to the other one. So
it's the butterscotch. It's just getting me.
Yeah, that butterscotch. Sometimes it's what you want. And sometimes
yeah, it's like butterscotchy, like Werther's candy kind of.
Yes, absolutely.
It's really good. That's really good.
Yeah, it's really nice.
So the last sample, it looks like
that must be our añejo. I assume that's the añejo. Yeah, that's our añejo, because I know I sent it.
It didn't hit me at first because it doesn't immediately taste like an añejo,
right?
Tequila. So it doesn't taste like, your mass produced Cuervo that you're
Oh
going to.
no, it's not. This is everything we do is small batch because we're tiny. So I don't know if I said this. We have 2 stills that we distill from, and we
Pretty
get
color.
them. Oh yeah, look at that.
Do you have the bottle?
What's that? Oh
Do you
yeah,
have
I'm
the bottle?
sorry.
Oh.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, keep me on track, Stacey. I'm like a squirrel. I have
Oh, Connecticut
focus.
Connecticut-tila.
Yeah. Yeah.
My spirit.
Yep, because we can't say tequila, so Connecticut tequila. It's 100% blue agave imported straight from Mexico in totes to our distillery. We actually have some fermenting right now. We'll be fermenting more in the coming weeks, and then we start batch distilling it. And we ferment it for about 3 to 7 weeks. We try to keep the distillery as warm as possible to mimic tropical conditions to get as much of that sugar fermenting. And
That has to be fun when it's 90 degrees outside.
oh, it's really fun. And then if you are also having a distilling day on top of that,
Oh, yeah.
it's fun. But we produce a Blanco, which is the base of a lot of our cocktails at the tasting room. We do a Reposado, which is aged 6 months to 12 months. And then our Añejo, which is what I sent you, which is at least 12 months. And you could do that up to 3 years. And we age it in our own ex-bourbon barrels. Let me make sure I got that right. Yep. We age it in our own ex-bourbon barrels to get a little bit of that influence, which is really nice.
Yeah, I love the vanilla that you're getting on the nose on this.
Yeah. And
that's what threw me off when you said it was tequila at first, because I'm like, it smells like bourbon.
Oh, that makes sense. You're right. Yeah.
So Ben has a question about your whiskey, the Connecticut whiskey, that you're going from, because you'd mentioned earlier that you had 200-gallon barrels, and right now you're just doing these 2 releases are in a 5 and a 15-gallon barrel.
Yeah.
Do you have future releases coming in the 200?
Yeah, that was the 53-liter, 200-gallon barrels. Yeah, that's our long-term goal. And we already have that, going. I think in the early years, we needed stuff to release, to provide. And we wanted something that was our own in addition to the MGP source stuff, which is delicious. And, we like what we do with it. But something that was more proprietary and unique to our distillery.
So like a whole bourbon barrel.
Yes, a whole bourbon barrel. Yeah. So that will be, going forward, that will be something available. Yeah. So yeah, it is. Thank you, Richie. Yeah, it's the early stage. I think we're in a transitional stage of moving out of that. So I think in the next year or two, there'll be some products that we weren't able to release before due to age. And just, it's a lot. There's a reason breweries and distilleries are closing left and right. It's a very fine margin. So from what I'm learning and seeing, so, you want to do things responsibly and slowly and, scale it right. But still be able to offer delicious, fun products. So I think that's,
yes, Ben, 53-gallon, 200-liter. Yeah.
Yeah.
A bourbon. Yeah, bourbon. Full bourbon barrel.
Yes. Yeah.
So Eric asks, what is White Hills distribution currently? He's in Tennessee and guessing it's not available south of the Mason-Dixon line.
Yeah, I know. That's the I'll say unfortunately, since we can't, distribute, but at the moment we're just self-distributing through on-premise sales through our tasting room, and then about 7 local package stores in the Connecticut area around our distillery. But I'm happy to send a sample if someone's really interested for tasting purposes. Yeah, I mean, if you're ever visiting the New England or East Coast area, it's a great little place to stop by. Even if we're not officially open, you can reach out to me and, maybe we can make that happen if you want to visit and taste some stuff.
Well, and I tell you what I'm going to do for my Patreons. If you guys are a paid member of my Patreon, Lisa has has been generous, sent me a lot of samples here, and I should have enough to pour a sample of everything. So next Patreon giveaway that I'm going to be doing here in the next couple of weeks, is going to get a sample of all of this.
And actually, if you want, I can provide a whole new sample set and throw in some extra
Okay.
stuff that I didn't even send you, if that kind of sweetens the pot.
That'll sweeten
Yeah.
the pot. All right. If you're
I'll
a paid
sweeten the pot with
Patreon,
some
you're going to
extra
get a
stuff.
sample of
Yeah.
all of this. So you get to try it.
Yeah, because I have a blueberry vodka. We have our cucumber melon, or cucumber mint, sorry, coming out. And yeah, I can throw apple brandy I can put in there. So yeah.
Ben is saying he thinks the website is down, but Ben, I was on it earlier.
Yeah, I was on earlier too. I'm not, unless it's the raw. I don't know.
Let me see. No, it's working, Ben.
Oh.
WhiteHillsDistillery.com. Yeah, it's working. Ben says he's about 40 miles south.
Oh, that's right. Oh, you're in Long Island. I remember. Yeah. That's great. Yeah, we're not, if you have a boat, we're not far.
This Añejo spirit is really good. It's kind of like it's taken out the things that I didn't really care for about tequila, because I don't like that it's real salty and real,
right.
The overwhelming citrus notes. This one, it does. I mean, you still can tell it's tequila, but I like the bourbon notes that come along with it. I like that vanilla.
Yeah, I really enjoy our añejo, just for sipping, and it has that bourbon barrel influence, which I think goes, for me as a giant whiskey drinker, I think is a big plus. But we have a lot of tequila enthusiasts that come in and they get the, the tasting, the tasting where you can get the Blanco, the Reposado, and Añejo, and they really enjoy it. It's a great little order.
It's really well balanced with the vanillas and the citrus notes from that Añejo.
Yeah, it's nice.
That's really good. I've never been a big tequila person either.
I really enjoy tequila, but there's only so much I can consume.
It's probably one of the least, honestly, as far as spirits goes, it's one of the ones I reach for the least. And this one I would absolutely reach for. I'd make cocktails out of that. Yeah. That's really good.
It's
really
nice.
good. Makes me not want to buy that stuff at the grocery store now. At the liquor store. Like, oh, you've ruined me on tequila too.
You're welcome.
Oh, thank you, Richie Z.
Oh, thank you for posting that.
If you go on Instagram, the link, it's White Hills Distillery, all one word.
Is there a link on Instagram not working? I think I saw someone.
Yeah, I think somebody said that. If you go to Instagram, just type in White Hills Distillery, all one word, and it should pop up.
All right, I'll check the link.
With a picture of the lovely couple that owns the distillery, I believe.
I'll let them know if that link from Instagram isn't working.
No, I have it up right now.
Oh, it is working.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I double checked to make sure.
Okay, cool.
Hey, Hanging AZ.
Hi.
Hey, Stacey Lee said, how are you now? Yeah, Richie says it worked for him. So.
Oh, cool. Okay.
Ben, I thought you were driving. You're not supposed to be checking Instagram when you're driving. So, tell everybody, how do they find the distillery? You mentioned tour. They can do tours. You have events coming up there. So you guys have food trucks and
we do. We regularly, we are open Friday, Saturday, Sundays, from Memorial Day weekend, I believe, through the holidays, through the end of the fall, very early winter. We open around noon, I believe, on Friday, Saturday, Sundays, maybe a little earlier on Saturday, Sundays through the early evening. We most of the time have some kind of live music. We always have food trucks, and I am there. It's in some iteration from Monday through Friday, and that's when, if you wanted to have a little tour, we are tiny. We are very tiny, so the tour is, just it's one room, and I'm happy to show you around, and we can taste some spirits and give you an inside peek on, how we produce and what goes on there. I'm happy, to do that, and it would be great to meet you guys if you want to stop by. And it's especially starting, I think, really the end of this month is when harvest season begins, and that's when the orchard and the cider mill become really, really busy. especially on the weekends. So if you are kind of more local, visiting during the week is probably better. If you want to, I'm also there during the week. But you can also throw in, a pick your own from the orchard, and then the cider mill has all the things the cider mill has, the pies, the donuts, hard cider from our orchard and cider mill, and all those fun products. And our cocktails are amazing from our tasting room. I have to say, they're really great. Yeah.
I've loved all this, and I love that you guys are so transparent about where all your ingredients are sourced. I've never had gin with nutmeg.
I haven't
Really
either. I like it. I like
do
that
too.
who knew that worked well with juniper?
I keep going back to it because I'm like, man, this would be a great candle.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it would be. Yep. And I love that the citrus also plays in, I would not think citrus and juniper with nutmeg.
I wouldn't have thought citrus and nutmeg and juniper, but it works. It really does work.
Well, yeah. Yeah.
So people come this fall too. You guys have an apple brandy. Is that planned for fall or?
It's always
available year round.
Yeah, it's available year round. We use it also for a lot of our cocktails. I think we're working right now on aging some of our apple brandy a bit longer. I don't know how long we age it at the moment. But that was one of our early releases too, since we are an apple orchard. We also do have peaches, nectarines, and a couple other really great orchard fruits. And it's a cool place. It's a great place to be a part of. It's a cool place to visit. And there's a lot of fun, delicious spirits. So yeah, anytime want to reach out.
Hanging AC is wondering how the gin tastes with tonic. He said gin with nutmeg sounds interesting. How is the gin with nutmeg taste with tonic? And like a gin and tonic.
Another good question. I don't drink gin and tonics, but I know they're really popular at the
I'm sure they're probably, I was going to say, they're probably in your cocktail menu.
They're very, very popular, at the distillery. So I think if you're a gin enthusiast, a gin lover, I think that you can't go wrong with it. That is one of our popular classic cocktails. Along with all the seasonal ones that we do. Yeah.
Well, Lisa, thank you for your time today. I really appreciate it. Guys, if you, Richie Z was kind enough to put the links in here. You can follow the White Hills Distillery, go on their website. You can check where the location is, the hours, see what offerings they have, follow their Instagram. I'm sure you'll see much more of Lisa and posting about their products that they have there. So I appreciate your time. This was such a great flight. And don't forget, next Patreon winner, you guys are going to get to try this stuff.
Oh yeah, I will definitely throw in some sweet extra samples, a whole new sample package for the Patreon. Thank you for having me on, Stacey.
Oh, thank you for telling us. I had not heard of Connecticut Whiskey before, so this was great. Thank you.
Thank you. I appreciate it a lot. It's great.
Oh, no problem.
And I love all the questions. So thanks, guys. Yeah.
Thank you. 7:00, Kilco's going live over on Kilco Mental Musings. 7:30. Make sure you guys hop over to check out Anthony Bourbon Neophyte. He's going to be going live, talking about store picks. I believe it's 8. I hope it's not 8:30. I think it is 8:00. Our friends from Cast 529 are going live tonight. Make sure you check them out. And then Livewire Whiskey. I think he's working on the thumbnail now. He's going to be going live at 9 p.m. tonight. Next week, I will have guest Kelsey Dime from Hello Again Whiskey Friends. So I've got a special flight planned for him that is going to be going out to him. And I'm excited to see what he thinks. If you're a paid Patreon member, you will get the blind key for that flight. So one last question for Mr. Mom. He's jumping in here. Do you guys make peach brandy? Do you make anything with peaches?
I think that it has been I don't think we have anything that's been released. I think because I would love to. I love peach based spirits like liqueur or brandy. I don't think the yield of the peaches that they do produce in the orchard are mostly go to the pick your own part of the farm. Mm-hmm. So I don't know that we have enough yield, but maybe that's something for the future.
There you go.
I mean, they're always planting more trees. It's always expanding. So
There
never
you
know.
go.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you, everyone. Sláinte. You guys have a good
Thank
rest of
you.
your Sunday.
Bye, guys. Thanks.